Here are the reasons why you should watch ReZero. It's got a lot of positives, like upsides, and it's also got a lot of downsides. I wouldn't say negatives, but some people that prefer animes that is like it's all good, they might not like it as much, which is kind of unfortunate because I'm kind of low key one of those people. Like I like it to go good, but it's slice of life, a lot of slice of life, which just means for every good thing there is usually a ton of bad things or even one bad thing. It's like yin and yang kind of balances it out, I guess. But it has a lot and a lot of good things, and it has a lot of like not bad things, but like bad things that happen. So if you like those kind of animes, you should definitely check it out. And even if you don't, you should still give it some sort of a try because getting past that hurdle can open it up to just like you watching a really golden anime. Now, another thing is if you don't like isekais, like the same copy and paste isekais all over, then I do definitely recommend you to watch this. It has not it has kind of a little bit of resemblance to Mushoku Tensei, but it doesn't really. It's just main kind of anime character. There's no harems or anything, but it is very golden in my opinion. Like season one is one of the. It's like a very nice introduction. People say it's one of the best seasons. I'd say for me, season two, season three is like low key the golden ones, but season one is where you develop like the feelings for those characters and you get to know them, obviously, which is a hurdle you kind of have to go like over with every single anime because if they just tell you a bunch of shit about like if they show you a bunch of shit about the characters happening but you don't know anything about them, you can't really like resonate with them, you can't resemble anything about it, which kind of which makes sense because obviously you have to get to know someone before you can actually like fully open up with them and be able to just emotionally kind of like tap into their energy, which resembles the same for anime characters or like anime shows or even TV shows or movies. Like if I don't know if you guys have seen Peaky Blinders, if you didn't know, like if all of that build up with Thomas Shelby and stuff and like the gang, if all of that build up never happened and it just showed you like obviously like him just fighting a bunch of shit, it'd kind of be kind of lame because it's like yeah he's badass, but there's no sort of emotional side that you don't really see and you can't really you know get to know the characters. But that is one of the main reasons why you should watch ReZero. Like the other reason why you should watch ReZero is just because it is a golden anime. Like um the people who are animating it, they do it not because of money, not but obviously they probably make money from it or they probably a little bit, money motivation because it is successful. But I've heard from familiar sources that they don't do it because of the money. They do it simply because they love that, like they literally love sort of like the anime. They love, yeah, they kind of have like a passion for it, I'd say, because it is a golden anime. Like it is, I'd say, one of my top ones out there. I'd say it's shit. I don't like doing top ones or like top threes. I just like to put top one into the same category. Like like instead of saying one, two, three, I'd like to put three animes in one. But ReZero would definitely top one easily because it's just very goaded, and a lot of people would say the same. A lot of people that hate on ReZero, to be honest, they probably hate on it because I don't know, like their favorite show doesn't get as much love as ReZero. Because if you think about it, ReZero first season, it took like 3 or I don't know 6 years maybe to get a second season. But in the first season, like I think it only came like it came out like 3 years later or something. We didn't have to wait that long, and this is where the pace picked up, I guess, because season four is coming out in 2026, which means it's only been like 1 or 2 years, not even like a full 2 years for them to actually release the fourth season, which is pretty crazy for an anime because Mushoku Tensei literally only got a second season like after what, like a bunch of like a whole bunch of years, which is kind of crazy in my opinion because Mushoku Tensei is actually a banger that I only recently, like a few years ago, I actually watched it, or maybe even less than a few years. But I watched it and I binge watched it throughout like the whole night, one season, which is kind of crazy because I stayed up till like 7 a.m. and I was like, this is just so good. But then, yeah, it's just like it just I don't think it got enough love because like second season took out so long to come out, and then we don't know when we're gonna get third season. But yeah, another reason ReZero you should watch it is because there is a little bit of romance. There is also clueless romance where I don't really want to spoil it, but romance where it's like it isn't really reciprocated and it's one sided. Also, because the main character gets built up like a lot, like a lot. It isn't one of those shows where the main character is perfect. It isn't one of those shows where the main character is just this hot ass guy who has no problems, who has no, he's just going through the world, which there are a lot of animes like that, but you actually get to see the good and the bad sides of a character and you get to see them improve. And to be honest, the last thing is if you don't know anything about ReZero, just kind of mute this part or like just I don't know, I guess skip the video because but it's not a big spoiler. This is just what the anime mainly is about. Yeah, to turn it off now or like skip into it. I don't know, but ReZero is like return, like it's a character Subaru has returned by death, which is just like an insane superpower that like I mean by insane it can be good and bad, mostly bad to be honest, because think about it. Let's say you go to the grocery store, right? You meet the love of your life, and then you invite them onto the date, and then you have all these things, you say all this stuff, maybe you get married, and then you die, and then you return by death, but it takes you, let's say it takes you back to where you've never met him, and then you meet him again, and you're like, fuck, I love this person, but they don't know jack shit about me. So I have all these feelings, but they don't even know myself. Yeah. So are you gonna, obviously you might just go through it again, but are you gonna go through it again? Are you gonna say the same stuff? Are you gonna change it up? It's gonna be kind of like a hit on your mental, not gonna lie. Because imagine you have kids, you have a wife, you just have success and everything with them, you know, with financially or emotionally, but then it all goes away and you're back to square one, which is kind of crazy. And yeah, I'm really glad that like this kind of idea came into the author's mind because not only is like an isekai, but it's also like returning by death. Like it's actually super unique in terms of being like an isekai. I'd say like I've not seen too many isekais. I've seen like three, four. That's it. But I know a lot of people give isekais a very big hate, which it's not understandable. But I guess it's understandable to some. Shit on it as all you like, but don't shit on it before watching. I'd say to be honest, don't even just watch the first season. Watch the second season, and then if you're still ready for some fucking bangers, then watch the third season because third season is where you know it got a lot of love. But also, I've heard from thought sources. I don't really read the novel like that. I don't really read ahead of the novel, but I've heard that season three ain't even all that because later on is where shit gets good. I know a few spoilers, but but I don't really know how to put it together. I got it's like having one puzzle piece or two puzzle piece, and it's the one is like the corner side, and the other is like the right corner side. I don't know shit like in terms of putting it together. So, which I'm kind of glad about because I don't really want to spoil it. I kind of want to wait until it gets animated, which not going to be a while, but for it to for it to obviously to be wholly animated, it's gonna take a little few more years, like I say 5 more years until we get like the good shit. But I've heard it's really good up until the next parts. So if you do like reading novels, I'd suggest you also read the novels. I don't know, it depends. Because I'm more of a guy that likes animation. I like hearing the music. I like hearing the sound effects. I like hearing the voice actors that actually put passion into it. Um, yeah, I watch it in subtitles, in Japanese, obviously, because I'd say the I'm not putting any discredit to all the other languages or like English voice actors, but to me, I've grown accustomed to Japanese voice acting. I grew up on it. Naruto had like I mean, to be honest, all Dragon Ball Z, not really seen that, but I've heard, that's where it pretty much, like, it didn't first start there, but that's where, like, Goku screaming and shit like that, like, that's where it's like the passion comes from. Which, like I said, I'm not saying any discredit to the English or like the other languages, but the Japanese, they do have a way with their words in terms of emotion. Like they put that shit out there. If it's a sad moment, they will fucking cry out in that studio, and they won't give a fuck. And they will express it fully. Like they will express it fully, even the little funny moments. But yeah, to be honest, I'd suggest you guys, if you do like web novels, I went a little off sidetrack, but if you do like reading the web novels or like you do like reading manga, you can read the manga of ReZero, or you can read the web novel. You can even, well, to be honest, if you want to know my personal opinion, I suggest watching the anime because it's really good up until the last season. And then you can, if you feel like you don't want to wait till 2026 for the new season, then go ahead, read the web novel, see how far you can get, see how much you like it. But for me, um, before I read those words, I'd rather, see it, and I'd rather hear it, and I'd rather feel it in the moment. Because, yeah, they just put a lot of effort into it, and a lot of budget goes into animating it. Which also, I think the voice actors also, like, they give it, a bit more character. They give it a bit more fun. They give it a bit more jokes. They give it a bit more emotional side to it. So yeah, that's enough of me glazing ReZero. Another reason why you should watch it, I'd say, oh, I'm just gonna go back to glazing ReZero. But another reason why you should watch it, I'd say, is because season two, well, season one, like it's you get to know the characters. It's got a lot of emotional sides. Season two, it is very, 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 very like introductive to the more of the story and to the morals of what happens. And to be honest, like it's very, very like test definite, as in like the characters get tested, their mental health gets checked, and season three is a banger. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, from me. Hope you guys enjoyed my opinion, and I hope you guys maybe come back to this video. Tell me how you liked it. Tell me, if you ended up watching the video to this extent, and I'm sure you'll be able to give ReZero a watch or put it on your watch list. But I'd say fuck your watch list and watch this to the whole of end. Whether it's an episode a day or maybe you binge watch the fuck out of it. Let me know. Let me know what you think, because to me it's one of my favorite animes. I've gotten like not attached to it, but like when I watched it, I was very attached emotionally. It got me very, very hooked. So yeah, um, that's pretty much it for my thoughts and opinions and feelings about ReZero. Let me know why you would like someone to watch it in the comments. Maybe you can inspire some more people and you can tell me the stuff that I haven't really said about it. Also, let me know why you think ReZero, like, you haven't watched it yet. Let me know, like if you've not seen ReZero, let me know why you feel like you've been putting it off. Maybe it's just bad comments on the internet, bad rep, maybe bad reviews you've seen, or maybe you see too much of like isekais or something, and you think, oh, nothing's gonna beat it, or like you've gotten bored of isekais, or you've gotten bored of these kind of animes. But yeah, that's it from my That's it from my talkativeness and glazing about ReZero, but to me, fantastic anime. You guys should check it out. Love you all. Peace out. Bye.